Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us back here at Lamden's channel. We're, of course, sitting here once again with Stuart Farmer, the founder and project lead. And Stu, previously, we kind of dived into your background a little bit in the origin story, but today we want to go deeper into the project itself. How are you, and are you ready to get into it?
I'm great. Yeah, let's go.
Perfect. So first and foremost, imagine someone's brand new here, that they have a basic understanding of blockchain technology, proof of work, proof of stake, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Can you give us an elevator pitch for Lamden?
Yeah, so Lambda's going to be a lot easier for users and developers to onboard. So I think the number one problem with crypto is that it excites a lot of people, but once they start to kind of look under the hood, so to speak, or they want to get involved, the problem is that once they start looking under the hood, it becomes very confusing for them. There's a lot of terms and the concepts that they don't. It's hard if you're not a computer scientist. So what we've done is we want to onboard as many users to crypto. We think that crypto is very empowering for the developer or the user to increase like their own power in the system, to create value and things like that. So our entire value proposition is creating tools that allow people to come into the ecosystem much more easily than with kind of the status quo.
Yeah, fair enough. This is definitely a common complaint people hear, by the way, with say Ethereum, which is right now the top dog when it comes to a blockchain project people often work with. Solidity is just not user friendly. No matter where you're really coming from, you're stepping into a whole other universe there. So, all right. So then diving a little bit deeper, then, where is your guys' project sitting currently on like a roadmap, so to speak? What's going on lately?
Mhm. Yeah, so it's been in mainnet for I guess 2 years now, and so um, it's operational. It's live. We have our own automated market maker. We have our own farms. We have DAO sort of management tools are coming online. We had a play to earn game that was driving a lot of traffic, and so we have a nice little ecosystem that's happening. Um, Really, what we want to do is kind of take things to the next level, and so we're re-architecting a lot of our nodes to increase the level of decentralization that we can have and allow more community members to run their own node. When that happens, then it really becomes software that is up for the community, and that's the one thing that we really want to I guess I accomplish is to turn this entire project into like a decentralized effort, um, whether that's through community nodes, whether that's through turning the entire project into a DAO or things like that. But that's what we're really excited about.
Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense. We had talked about this previously when we talked about your ideas of keeping things community based and decentralized. Hence, why you take the actual title, founder and project lead, as opposed to something more traditional like CEO. Kind of
Right.
sticking to the roots of crypto. And so, for those people really wanting to get involved, what's the best way to just get their feet wet with this project?
Yeah, the best way is to get involved with the Telegram community. We have a lot of really great community, I guess, leaders. Just the community is really helpful and warm and willing to get people involved. And so joining the Telegram allows the newbie to kind of enter this new ecosystem, and we would give you like tokens and get you set up with a wallet and get you on your way to using some for applications. So that's what we recommend.
All right, Stu. So, taking a look at the team a little bit, tell us about some more of the people on board and what they're bringing to the table.
Yeah, sure. So the team is completely distributed. Myself, I was in Los Angeles for a while. Now I'm abroad. Our CTO, or my kind of like other lead developer, Jeff, is based out in Canada. We have another developer based out of Ukraine. One's based in China. We have a business developer in Turkey, and so the team is distributed. And this is also supported by our entire community. So a lot of the, I guess, stakeholders in our community, like the people who've developed the automated market maker and have developed a lot of the core the tooling that people use, are also distributed. And the community stakeholders of the group are the ones that develop things like the AMM and the tooling, and they're the ones that really, we just developed the protocol. I guess the core team develops protocol, but the value of the system comes from the community members who are building a lot of the tooling on top of it. And that's what we appreciate the most.
Yes, Stu, and I guess playing into that, what you had said previously there too, What is it about blockchain technology that really brings the community so much on board? They often take the helm of projects.
Yeah, I think I don't know from like a history perspective, but things tend to be kind of decentralization kind of tends to win over. And so like if you have some sort of community or project that even if you know the project lead or CEO or quote unquote is removed from the situation, that project can live on. That's a really resilient organization structure. And I think a lot of people, like if you look at the traditional paradigm of centralized organizations and kind of centralized, whether it's finance or things like that, you have a board, you have executives, those people are crucial and those people hold all the power. And so what that organization is essentially weak at is its head. And that means that it's subjective to like groupthink. It's subjective to doing terrible things once it's kind of had like the hubris in terms of like investment or trying to pivot. We've seen a lot of companies try to digitalize and it just can't because the executive team isn't with it. If you distribute some of that power down to the consumers, in the kind of like if you look at the traditional landscape, or in this case like the community members, then you get a much more robust, healthy kind of living system. And so I think that's what excites people about it is because people want more autonomy than they've kind of been given. You know, whenever you look at what makes things popular, like social media kind of was traditional media, things were being written for the consumer, and then social media, the consumer is now the writer. And I think you're starting to see that as well on an organizational structure brought about by blockchain.
Yeah, yeah, very well said. It's definitely another catalyst in the way of pushing people towards being in charge of their own destiny. And
Yep.
I never made that connection with social media. That's an interesting point too. At that point, people were then, I guess we were largely entertaining ourselves. And
Mhm.
then, Facebook and so on, they still profit off it. But at the end of the day, it's free. They never cared. But very good point, Stu. Thank you for coming on. I feel like you did a great job of really introducing people to the project as a whole. If there's anything specific you guys want us to dive into of it, anything deeper, let us know. We'll happily do it. But for now, stay tuned for more coming soon. Stu, any closing words before we go?
No, join the community, and there's a lot more.
Perfect, Stu. Well, thank you so much for your time today and have a wonderful day.
You too. Thanks.